Hey everybody, Bob Knowledge 69 here, coming to you from the front porch with views from the front porch. Man, I got a bunch on my mind today, but I thought I'd come to a video with you today and show you a find. I have been so fortunate to run across two little treasures, all within about less than that, 40 days apart. Today is June 10th or 11th or something like that. When you're retired, you don't keep up with those things. But I know it is Wednesday. I ran across something the first of last month that was a gem, all right? And it was a Forjas Taurus Model 80. And it was an older model, and I did a video on it, and I was going to put it in a vat and a cleaner and all that, and I did, and cleaned it up and got all the rust off of it. But outside of that, it's chrome plated, and it didn't do a whole lot. But a few days ago, and I've been kind of wrestling with bringing this thing home with me, but a few days ago, I ran across another Forjas Taurus Model 80, and it is an old H barrel like the one that I had, and that's what we're going to do the video on today. Is I have a couple of brothers. Okay, in front of you, I have the one I showed you the other day on the left, a Forjas Taurus Model 38 Special. Okay, or excuse me, a Model 80. Chambered in 38 Special, and I brought this home with me today. This is a Forjas Taurus Model 80. I think actually this one is like a 82, but it is also chambered in 38 Special. I did a video not long ago, and it was called I'm going to call it Keeping It in the Family. And it's about heritage and Taurus firearms. And again, I wanted to bring this guy by and show you. Okay, these pistols are quite a number of years old. But as deceiving as all this might be, and you guys that are pros out there, you've already picked up on this. Let me show you this. Okay, 38 Special, 6-shot. This one has a 3.5 inch barrel. Okay, and of course it's chrome finished, and it has a bakelite. I guess that's bakelite. I don't think it's plastic. Could be plastic, but it has a plastic / bakelite pearl handle on it, which is a really pretty gun. This gun right here is probably about 55, close to 60 years old. Okay. And you got its little brother over here. This one has a 4.5 inch barrel, and of course it's a 6-shot also, but rather than being chrome plated, it's blued. And but the same thing, 6-shot revolver. This one has a 4.5 inch barrel. Okay. I'm still learning about frames and stuff. I know this is considered to be an open back, but when people talk about L frames, J frames, H frames, EIO frames, I don't know this yet. I'm learning it. And maybe subject matter smart guys out there throw me a bone on these guys. All right. Okay. I've always felt like honesty is the absolute best policy. So I'm going to quit yanking your chain now. This, again, as I said, is a Forjas Taurus Model 80 38 Special 6-shot revolver. Okay, this is a Smith Wesson Model 10 38 Special 6-shot revolver. Now, I caught crap the other day when I said that when I had this out, and I said, folks, what you're looking at is a Smith Wesson Model 10. That pissed some people off. And you can imagine it was the Smith & Wesson fans. All right, so let me get it out here where everything is in the clear and no dark. Okay. Look at it. Tell me that the same machine that made the one at the top did not make the one at the bottom. Now, the internal workings of the Model 80 and the internal workings of the Model 10 are different, okay? If I pull the cover off of this one, I pull the cover off of this one, the arm that moves the wheel, the timing around, is going to be different, okay? Also, in the handle here, the trigger spring, it is going to be different also. This one has a coil spring, and if I'm not mistaken, this one has a leaf type spring. Of course, I haven't pulled the handles off of this one yet. I just brought it home today, and I haven't looked at it any more than just what we're doing right now. We're comparing the Model 10 by Smith & Wesson to the Model 80 by Smith & Wesson. All right. A lot of people argue that, and they say, that Taurus is a piece of shit, but by God, that Smith & Wesson, that's a good quality gun. Well, you're looking at both of them right now. Smith & Wesson contracted with the Brazilian government a number of years back to build guns for the Brazilian police and for the Brazilian military. Part of the contract is when everything was said and done, when they left and come back to the United States, they would leave the machinery and the plant. Part of the thing is they build a plant there, they stock it there, they hire local for general labor and all, and of course all the engineers from Smith & Wesson, not all of them, but Smith & Wesson sent engineers down along with the blueprints and the plans for these weapons, and they were made in the factory in Brazil. All right, the only thing that was different was they stamped them with a different name. Now, I'm not a metallurgist, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know the chemical compounds to metals to explain it to you, what would be harder, what wouldn't be harder, blah, 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 other than the general stuff. Mix a little bit of this for that. But I do know that these guns, there's a strong possibility that both of these pistols right here could have come off the same machine. It's a roll of the dice. But the bottom line is, okay, they may not be identical twins, but they're twins. And that's the reason I wanted to do this video, is because, like I said, I caught a lot of crap for comparing the Forjas Taurus, okay, to the Smith & Wesson Model 10. But there it is, guys, right there. Are there some differences? Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. Barrel length, groove in the back sight or down the barrel, you know, there's differences. But those are the cuts in the frame and not the frame itself. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Get your old buckshot set up here. Okay. We look down the rear of the Smith & Wesson Model 10. You'll see it has a manufactured groove. Okay, it's a non-adjustable rear sight. A raised steel bladed front sight. Same thing with the Taurus Model 80. Okay, there's a milled rear sight. And this one goes all the way down the barrel. They mill it all the way down the barrel, and again to a metal raised front sight. Only this one isn't the same. There's a little difference in them. Okay. But this is manufacturing difference. Taurus couldn't just say, okay, we're going to make one exactly like Smith & Wesson and call it a Taurus, because, of course, that's, you know, copyright infringement or something. But so far as the frame of the revolver goes, it's the same. Again, there are mechanicals, you know, they have different looking triggers. But at the same time now, these two revolvers are close to 20 years apart in manufacturing. I haven't looked at the date with the serial numbers on this particular one. I will, but I just know, okay, that they're at least 10 years apart from one another by the mechanics that are on them. That's it, guys. That's it. I wanted to bring you by and talk to you a little bit about the difference between the Forjas Taurus and Model 80 and the Smith Wesson Model 10. A little bit about how each one became how it is. And that is it. Short and sweet. That's what they say. So, Bob Knowledge 69 here telling you au revoir, mi amigos. Adios. I love you. I mean it. Bob Knowledge 69 here, coming to you from the front porch reviews from the front porch. Looking out over the Waukesha Valley. Where you going? My dog's trying to sneak off. All right, everybody. Love you, mean it. Bye.